Welcome to another edition of Straight Shooting Sports Talk, and I'm your host, Dujunnea Bland. Today, we're talking about the NHRA and the event that was at the New England Nationals in Epping, New Hampshire. What a great event. Great turnout. They moved a lot of different things in to try to get this event off, and I think they did a very good job. It was a huge turnout by a lot of the people up there in the New England area. And for it being the inaugural race, we had some great showings by some awesome drivers. The entire field was really tight. We had some great racing all the way through the 16-car field. And boy, oh boy, did Terry McMillan hit the jackpot. Those guys finally have shaken the gremlin, and they looked extremely well in that race, making it all the way to the semifinals, losing to Sean Langdon. I was able to shoot him a tweet to find out what happened during that round, and he said it was one clutch disc. Isn't that great when you can pinpoint what your problem is and you're like, I don't know what's going on. We're just having so many problems. We can't figure it out. They've got that car figured out. They made it to the semifinals, and hopefully this is what can catapult them to get them back into the top 10. What an awesome weekend for those guys. When you look at Sean Langdon, Spencer Massey, guys in that top few rankings had some great runs. We're looking very consistent, very stout. Now you look at Funny Car, I should have listened to Mike Dunn. I really should have. But John Force, he has to be back. The car once again looks flawless. He qualifies number 1. I mean, he lays down just run after run, just stout runs, just outrunning the competition. And of course, his daughter Courtney right there with him, going tit for tat, takes him out in that final round. What an amazing Funny Car field we had. And John Force making a run. Look out, he might be getting hot right at the right time, right before this countdown, to be able to make that run for a championship. Another bright spot I thought was Shane Gray. He struggled last couple races, kind of up and down, and then finally looks like he hit that groove that he had earlier this season, right around the Charlotte time. He looked very consistent, but once again, just can't seem to get over that hump. I'm telling you, Shane, you're gonna win a race this year. It's coming. It really is. It's coming right down the pipe. You keep running the way that you're running right now, and it has to happen. But there's so many great cars in Pro Stock. You look at Jed Coughlin, the day that he had. You look at Mike Edwards, Alan Johnson. The days that they had, it was just awesome. Unfortunately, Erica Enders was unable to be there, and what a sad thing to happen for her when she's running so well, very consistent, right there in the top 5 and trying to make a run for a championship. So hopefully they can start to put together some sponsorship for her so she can be out there regularly and be able to contend for that title. We had great pro bike racing. Adam Arana. Who would have thought, right? Guy run flawless all weekend, and have to be really proud of that team. Unfortunately, at the end, he got a little bit happy, pulled the trigger too quick. But hey, great day for the Aranas, great day for Adam Arana. Now, we are going to go into our power rankings, which are sponsored by Old Line Speed Shop. Need restoration work done? Go see those guys. Now, for our Old Line Speed Shop top 5 power rankings, when you look at top fuel, we're going to keep Sean Langdon up there at the top. Guys running phenomenal. I understand Spencer Massey won the race. Yeah, I understand. But Sean Langdon's been very consistent for a long stretch of races. He has to keep that top spot. I put Spencer Massey at number 2. He's starting to get his swagger back. Looked really good in Epping. Got the win. Going to put him in that number 2. Moving down to number 3. I moved Clay Milligan down. He got put out, I believe it was second round. It's unfortunate, but his car is still running very well. I think he's going to do really good in the Route 66 Nationals here coming up this weekend. Got Doug Colletto. Boy, did he look good this weekend. The number 4 spot, and rounding out the top 5 in Top Fuel, Bob Vandergriff. When we look the funny car, I know Mike Dunn put John Force at number 1. I said I was going to wait. If his daughter didn't win this weekend, he would have been number 1 in my top 5, but I'm going to go with Courtney Force. Car's been very consistent all year. They've had some dry spots, but boy, both of those cars look stout, but you have to give it to Courtney Force for getting the win. John Force, number 2, Jack Beckman, Ron Capps, and rounding out the top 5, Matt Hagan. Looks like Matt's getting really consistent. They're having, ups and downs, but look at the cars that they're running. Look at the cars they're having to run in those first and second rounds. These guys are guys that are making it to the semifinals and are running very well. So he's going to be there, and he's going to get more consistent as time goes on. But boy, it's really tough in funny car right now with all the great cars that are running in that class. You look at Pro Stock, Alan Johnson, of course, number 1, had a great day. Shane Gray getting back on track, getting into the final round, coming just a little bit short, followed by Mike Edwards, Jed Coughlin, and I'm going to keep Erica Enders in the top 5. I personally didn't see any other car that would warrant taking that number 5 spot. She will be back in Chicago, and I expect her to be very, very, very stout, just as she was before missing this race in Epping. And in Pro Bike, I kept Michael Ray there. I understand John Hall won the race, but Michael Ray's been more consistent over a long period of time. Got to keep that guy there for another week. John Hall looked very good, got the win. Adam Arana, what can you say in that number 3 spot? That guy came out swinging the bats. So what can you say about that guy? I'm going to go with Hector Sr. And number 5, I'm going to go with Hector Jr. Now, coming up this weekend, we have the Chicago Route 66 Nationals. And it's going to be a great race. It's always a great track. It's fast track. Hopefully the weather can be well, and we'll see what comes of it. I'm telling you right now, I see the Forces cars being in the finals. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Shane Gray gets a win this weekend. And Terry McMillan makes another semifinals appearance. Hopefully that will come to fruition for the guy. I really hope so. Really good guy. Well, thanks for watching our show. Again, we thank Old Line Speed Shop for coming on board and being a sponsor of our top 5 power rankings. If you have anything that you would like to see us discuss on this show, any thoughts, anything that you want to hear our take on, shoot us an email to straightshootingst@gmail.com. Always comment on the bottom of our shows. We like to keep the dialogue going with you, and we will do that. We will do our best to make sure that we get back with you in a timely fashion. And as always, subscribe to the show. That's the way you stay locked in. If you're not subscribed to the show, you missed the power rankings. Thanks for watching another edition of Straight Shooting Sports Talk.